Jason here. How we doing today? If you can see, it's that time of year where we got to start cleaning out the manure. We get people ask us all the time, what do we do with our manure? So today, I'm going to show you. So as you can see over here, we got one of the local farmers' grain trucks here. We're going to take and load it in that, take it over to his place about 5 miles away from here. And we're going to put you guys on a time lapse so you guys can see the whole time that we're here loaded.
So today is manure moving day. Finally, it's been a while and I am so excited. I'm sure you've seen Jason's introduction. Our lovely manure pile over there that has been there for almost a year now. We have not moved manure in almost a year. We generally like to move manure about twice a year. But unfortunately, last fall, we did not have access to the truck until almost December. And by then, the ground was way too wet to be moving anything. So we had to suffer well, I don't want to say suffer, but we had to kind of squeeze everything together and make room and push the pile up a lot over the winter. But it worked. We were overflowing, but we had enough space to get us through. We've been really fortunate this spring that we've had some really dry conditions. The ground has not been super wet, so we were able to get in it a little earlier than what we typically get in it. Usually we're not able to move manure until like mid-May, early May, mid-May, and here we are the 2nd of April moving manure. So I'm really happy about it. I know we've had several people ask us what we do for manure management, and it's changed over the years as we've grown and figured out how better to do things. We used to pile it up out in the pasture under some trees, and there was a period, I think, of 2 years where we did not move manure at all. And then we were starting to run into some weird diarrheal issues. And so we had to get it out of there and we had to figure out another way to move it. After that, over a winter, we ended up piling it right here in the garden. And that didn't work out so well either, because obviously that's only a temporary place because I grow flowers out here in the summertime. But the plants that I ended up planting that year didn't grow as well because there was so much shavings in there left over from the manure pile. Once we built the buck barn over there, we kind of built like a little manure bunker beside it, and that's where we've been putting manure ever since, and it's worked out really well. Once it's all empty, we'll go ahead and show you what it looks like empty. We can see like the bunker area. I would say without overflowing, we're probably looking at like 7, maybe 8 months worth of manure. So we can get a fairly decent amount of time between having to move the pile. We're fortunate that a local farmer in the area allows us to use one of his grain trucks to move the manure, and then we haul it to his place and he spreads it on his field. So in that regard, we're really lucky. I know a lot of people aren't that fortunate, but if you have a local farmer that has access to like a manure spreader or whatever, maybe go talk to them and find out if they could use your excess manure. After a year of composting, this stuff is really, really good. Last fall, I put some stuff that we had been storing for a couple years out back on the garden, and it was literally like soil. It was so dark and so rich. My garden's gonna grow awesome this year because of it. So if you can compost it for a little while, it's a really good marketing tool that you can, I mean, we don't charge anything for it. I mean, he lets us use the truck, so that's basically our charge fees to let him use the truck, and he gets the manure for free. But if you can compost it for a while, if you have a means to do that, you could possibly even sell it to local like small gardeners or something that might be able to utilize it on their own gardens. But we'll show you where we dump it and all that stuff further in the video.
Don't know how good you're gonna be able to see this, but we got the last load coming off right now. We got 7 loads hauled today. So that finishes up manure hauling for 2021 for us. So just thought I'd make a short video showing you how much we got hauled.
So here you can see the empty bunker. Well, I mean, it's not completely empty. We put manure in it today and yesterday, but you can see it's all contained. We might put concrete down and make the walls taller, but that's what it is. And the nice thing about storing manure this way is it creates a lot of heat. So the flies do not bother the manure when it's stored in this fashion rather than spread out. If you spread it out, flies are going to be on it all the time. But when you're piling it up like this, it creates a ton of heat, and the flies cannot lay eggs in it because of the heat. So this is a really good way to minimize your fly problems. If you have a lot of fly problems, just pile your manure up. If you're able, turn it every now and then or push it up. We push ours up quite frequently so it can get water on it. Well, the water really helps it compost really well. So piling up is a really good way to compost manure and to save it and to minimize fly issues.
So it's been a couple days since we ended up getting this cleaned out. As you can see, as Brooke said, we started putting a manure in there because we clean every day. If you guys like this video, please go down below, hit the like button. If you want to, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you for coming along with us, and see you on the next video.